Hi guys, my name is Martin. Welcome back to Master of Orion. We have just designed our battleships and now we're going to be producing some. We're going to find a higher production world, and I don't know if they have fixed this sorting yet. It seems not. And in fact, it doesn't make much sense even if they did, because it depends on how many people you actually put in the cell and so on. But this is our home world, and it is of course a very good world for producing starships. So let's do a brute. It takes up 6 command points. The wasp is actually a lot more expensive. That's because it has the battle parts and the increased weapon complement. So in our home world here, we're just gonna do a brute. You can go ahead and finish that, I guess. You already have some production in it. And then our Fakar system, I feel we have some pretty good production planets here. You can do a wasp, and you can do a wasp. So that's going to take up quite a lot of production. Put that up there, and you can finish that first. Good. I don't suppose you have any production buildings here. No. Okay, so that's going to take forever pretty much. So I also wanted to go in here and buy this one, because it's killing our production. You're doing the Hollow Simulator, Prospecting, and Robominers. Good. And we are working on the Wasp. Right, so 23 turns there. And how much was it here? 16 turns, so 17 turns really. When I finish that one, how many points of damage, or I should say military points, do I actually get out of the brute? Can I see that here? That can't be right. Is that our military output? 82,000. I mean, then one of those ships would be like almost double the double the power of my entire fleet, which is like 60,000 points. So not double, but more. So yeah, they're pretty powerful, if that's true. Okay, this planet was not meant to be a production planet, but it could retool itself. We can't do any kind of terraforming. Yeah, it's only 3. Honestly, I feel you might as well just do trade goods. You have 1 more to grow. Hydroponic farm, neutral collider, spaceport, all good things. In the queue, you have maxed out on population. You're gonna need to keep that guy there. Unfortunately. Maybe now, while I have nothing to do, I should go and take care of the Maclons. What do they actually have here? They have 5,000 points. Now I do need to take into account their spaceport, so if we just hover here, we can see they actually have 10,000 points. But I could take this fleet and then just go and kill them. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't want them in the backwaters here. So let's come over here and settle this. Take a couple of troop transports as well. And you've done the Astro. University, how are we doing on... Yeah, we can do some morale building here. And that's pretty much it. You can grow one more. Rope miners and something has grown. Good, 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 good. Research done. Energy weapons and bonus hull damage. Good. What are we doing? Advanced robotics. Battle station. Okay. Robominers. Terraforming. Wasp in production, and you have grown. I might just sneak in a couple of troop transports here. And by a couple I mean one. Why don't you just build that first? This is a small galaxy, but the game has taken quite a while, and although I can see, like I feel I can see the end due to my production base and the Barathi having not quite as many planets and not as high development, I feel. It's still taking up quite a lot of time. Spaceport done, terraforming, grown. And the AR turns, the turn processing is certainly beginning to take some time as well. I haven't been building the warp gates, and I guess that's something I should have been more focused on, because it's just gonna take a while for me to move my troops around. So there are no pollution effects here. Why are you telling me there are? Do we have pollution elsewhere? Where's that planet where I was terraforming? It was not Shia. Not Invika. Gammon? Was it Gammon? Oculus. I'm terraforming quite many places. Yeah, I don't know. I screwed that up. You have done the robominers, that's good. So maybe we want to do a space factory here actually, because building that warp gate out here on the frontier might be a very good idea. And apart from that, just go for food and production. You have a lot of ways to grow. Probably gonna need some morale at some point, and don't want to have too much pollution. Let's just focus a little bit on growing. You have stuff in queue, and you have grown, and you are ready. You can't build another marine here for quite some time. Good. There's another troop transport coming in there. These are not my ships. So where is it actually? Because if I click here, they have zero pollution. What's the problem? Unless it's something like it's 100 and there's like a decimal point thing going on. I don't know. Pollution is dropping due to my terraforming. Yeah, it's weird. That pop-up is just not working right. So here we want to do pollution cleanup probably. And then a couple of troop transports, because we're gonna need them sooner or later. There you go. And the spaceport, and the truce with the Klagon has expired. I doubt very much that they're going to re-engage sort of hostilities, because they've just been boned, and the Balrathi are boning them even further. Maybe I should have finished the job, because I'm just going to allow the Balrathi to grow, which wasn't really necessary. I could have just taken all those planets for myself. All of the stuff is in queue and people are growing. Wow. Population growth here. They can't really use that for anything. Why don't you do a couple of... Can't you do troop transports? Don't you have a marine? Oh, you do, but they're very low on manpower. So what do we want to build here? Maybe just some Sauruses, just to fill up the gaps between the battleships. So in that case, let's do the space factory before we do that. Pollution is kind of high, so maybe the first thing to do would be to knock that out. In queue, in queue, in queue, in queue, in queue. Everything is in queue. You have maxed out. Nothing to be done. You have maxed out. That's the one we just checked. And Shira has maxed out. Well, I can see why. A lot of people working on food here. And this looks good. And you have some pollution, but it's coming down while we do the terraforming. So yeah, it'll be 0 before we get down. Before we finish the terraforming. Click. Can I click? Where's our fleet? It's still a distance away. Okay. They abstained. They voted for themselves, presumably, and yeah, we're getting up there. Have a lot of population. Now, if I got the Maklar to vote for me, then that wouldn't actually be enough. So, keeping them around as a vassal isn't really going to make any kind of difference. Hopefully, this annoying pop-up will stop next turn when we finish the terraforming. Advanced robotics, good. So, what's this we're doing here? Is that antimatter drive being upgraded? I don't want to do that. What did I just get? I get this one. So I can get the fast missile racks now. Yes. Okay. Well, that's good. And we want to get that. But let's see about doing it ourselves instead of letting the computer do it. Range Master targeting unit. Long range targeting in beam weapons. Okay. Energy weapon accuracy. And better research lab. So does that mean that my existing research laboratory gets upgraded automatically, or do I have to build it? Better shields, better torpedoes on the way, better marines, better spies I don't care about, and travel the war points is also not necessary. Nanotech. Well, this is good. Let's get this. That's cheaper ships. Maybe should have gotten that before we started building the battleships, but we can still make do. In queue, grown, grown, grown. And let me just check that fleet en route, yes. So that's 9 turns to here. How's my space factory coming? It's done, and it went to sleep mode because it was with a sleeping fleet. That is always the danger of parking your fleet on a planet. So what was my point? Oh yeah, I wanted to build the warp gate. So let's come here. No, we can't build it here because there's already a military post there, presumably. Let's try over here. Yes, jump gate. Does it take up command points? No, it does not. And then I suppose I should have a number of jump gates elsewhere. How are you doing on pollution? Could you sneak out for me a space factory, please? Just the one. In the bounty system, and then up here, space factory. Thank you. And I also want one in the Fakar system, because it is my production heavy planet, and I'm just gonna buy that because you are crap. Well, I could have just done it in Fakar, just postponed the production a little bit. And then I suppose the Jabbar system as well. Space factory, here we go. You do that. Fine. So that means a lot of warp gates up and running at key points. How are we doing on pollution here? It's not good. You can do that and that, and then get some money, try, and do some terraforming. And you have something to do. High pollution here. Toxic. And then do the terraforming, and that should bring it down somewhat. Okay. You have stuff in queue. So all of my space factories should be coming online. Here's the battle stations. Now we can do that. That'll be good, but let's do a... See, it doesn't update. Now it updated. So it takes 10 turns and 2, so 20 off in pollution. If we terraform. So that's going to bring us part of the way. And bring us up to a Terran planet. And then what? Then money. Moon Laboratory, very good research. You have something in queue. Everywhere. And let's get some warp gates up. Jump gates. Suppose you can come here. And you can do it here. Good. And the last one was 2 turns of production, so that'll be ready next turn.
History is being written.
All the stuff in queue, and you can come down. Oh, you have 50,000 points there, huh? What's that colony complaining about? Okay. It's kind of a valid complaint, I guess. So what are the Balrathi up to? They are sneaking around here with their 50,000 points of flying death. And sure, they might be going up here to wipe out the Klagons, but they might also be planning some shenanigans, because my fleet's far away. Sure hope I can get my battleships up and running before they start to make trouble.
History is being written.
Yeah, that's bad. But it is receding though. Maybe I need to do some actual pollution cleanup here, just to get it under control. And you have done the toxic processor. What's the pollution at? It's high. And there we go. You have some things in queue, all of you. And this troop transport needs just to come down here. We are 5 turns away. We're already doing pollution cleanup there. You have done a troop transport. Can you do more? No. You could do the battle station. Why not? Oh, I don't want that one. I don't really need that one, but let's do it anyway. And you have the cloning center, farms, laboratory, grown. Troop transport is not really necessary down here, but we're gonna bring it down anyway, just to make sure that we can take that planet intact. I don't want to bomb it because I presume that they have built it up substantially. So you are doing okay. You finished the jump gate here. Good. So where's that? That's the Samarkand system. Now we want one down here as well. We have open borders, so I don't think they'll kill me when I go this way. And that's actually something I wanna verify. And let me also verify that we do have the open borders already in place. Yes. What's the trade treaty going to cost me? 1,300, and I have. Well, he doesn't have 1,300. Can we have an alliance?
We would take your coin.
Yes, we could have an alliance. It's not really a thing. Nanotechnology done. So that's armor, and there's the better pollution process and all that stuff.
My liege, a moment, please.
Good. Yeah, let's get some of these attacks here. Brute completed. Okay, so there's our first battleship. Wonderful. Wonderful. And we are at max population here. We can do the... Okay, we do this. This is excellent. So that'll cut down pollution substantially. And then the battle station. And then probably another battleship, to be honest. Or some pollution cleanup. Good. You have things in queue, and queue, and queue, and queue, and queue, and queue. Good. So, the brute. The brute. It needs... Yeah, it was not 88,000. I don't know what that was. It's 16,000 points, which is substantial. Let me just see. Yeah, what is this number actually? What's the meaning of that number? It's not the amount of production, because this one is more production heavy. The production cost is down here. So what is that number? Frigate is 44. A destroyer was my Raptor. Here. It's 8,000. Maybe I can see it 8,460. Here, it's my attack rating. Okay, so you have an attack rating and a defense rating, and then you have the total military power. So a Raptor is 2808, is that right? Where is the fleets? That was a Raptor 5. Yes, that's right. Okay, so this is the average military power, which is not the same as the offensive or defensive military power. And that brute that I built, it has a very high defensive power. Defense rating, 18,000. No, it has a very high attack rating. Well, I guess the mass drivers aren't exactly weak, but yeah, it's a little bit surprising. I built this to be a tank. Oh well. Fine. Let's take it out for a spin, I guess. Something blew up. I'm supposing it was some Klagons. We're getting this under control. Finish the jump gate here. Good. So you can come down here, I guess, and build another one. And you, well, we need one in our home system for sure. It doesn't seem like it takes command points. Is that a mistake? Let's see here. Destroyer, troop transport, frigates, cruisers. No. You have finished. You can come down here, build one. Like so. And Yarrow, you probably need some pollution control. So the toxic processor is good, and the new one, is that already in production? Might be. No, it's right there. Good. And then, can you grow further? You can. So do a government support facility and a hollow simulator, just to make sure that we have no pollution issue. Morale issues. Research lab done over there. Also going to be a problem with pollution unless we deal with it. So let's do that. And you have stuff in queue, you have grown, you are maxed out. You need to terraform hard. Like so. What's that? Soil enrichment. Sure. 3% pollution. Not a problem. And you have grown. Good. Where is my fleet? It's here. Let's come there, and then let's just quickly say the Raptor 5 needs to be updated to the antimatter drive. And we're gonna call you number 6. Done. And same way with the frigates. like so. And why not do the Saurus as well, now that we're here, like so. You can get the upgraded computer as well. And that'll be okay. Done, done, and upgrade all. Source 5s, yes. Good. What's this? Is this just a troop transport, I suppose? Still doing good. Finishing a jump gate here in the Jabbar system. Come down here and do one there. No more population growth there, that's okay. It couldn't grow anyway. And pollution is under control, more or less. So let's just do a bunch of things. Like so. In queue, in queue, in queue, in queue. And this is a new Saurus. So we want to establish a fleet out here after we finish the Mechlon. So you guys come down here with all of your stuff, like so. And then we have one big fleet here. 46,000 points of damage is more than sufficient to kill the Mechlon once and for all. Do they have a ship out here somewhere? They do. It's a scout ship though. So should we just declare war right away? Tell you what, I want orbital shipyards. Give me. They gave it to me. I also want this.
Insufficient trade differential.
Give it to me. I can't do that.
Reply.
Okay, so give me 700. They don't want to do that either. Okay.
413.
So now I'm just gonna declare war. Yeah, I'm a dick. I wonder, the reason I did that, well, I wanted to check, but the real reason is I want to know if that gives me a like a malice with the other guys in the galaxy. I've broken promises to them recently. That was ages ago, and I've dealt with their enemies. But that's because I made peace with the Klagons, so they don't care. And how about the Klagons? I've attacked, I'm colonizing, I did combat with their fleets, I voted against them, I dealt with their enemies, and I demanded something from them. Can't remember what I demanded for them, but that's fine. So we have the gate here. So yes, now we can just beam through here. 4 turns. Excellent. Come to Jabbar. And is that my Saurus? It is. You come up there. So there's no reason not to threaten people if you're gonna declare war on them anyway, is what I wanted to know. And it seems like I can confirm. I have 4 troop transports, 5 if that's a transport as well. So he's just balls to the walls charging me with a scout ship here. Astro University's done. Pollution under control. Population room for 1 more. Let me just terraform, do a battle station and some research and some pollution control, and that'll be fine. Stuff in queue, threatening fleet, that's a scout, and this too is a scout, which I'm not gonna waste any time on. Just gonna take my fleet. Well, I say that. Why don't we just leave a frigate behind? 2 turns. Someone is being an asshole, a slow asshole, which is the worst kind of asshole. Who is it? The Raptor 2, probably. Yes. And they can't be upgraded for regular people money. Okay, so screw it. We're just gonna go anyway. 2 turns. It's gonna have to be good enough. Kill that. You come down there. Next turn. And his fleet went there and his scout went there, right? I just for a minute I thought he could do like a double move. That would have been sneaky. But no. Astrobiology done, and are we on the way? Yeah, we're on the way to transgenetics. Subterranean farms. Some pollution. Atmospheric renewer, toxic processor. Starbase. We don't have a starbase here. So let's go directly to battle station and then do pollution cleanup. And that'll be fine. You have done subterranean farms as well. 60%. So more or less the same kind of stuff here. A lot of subterranean farms coming online here. You can do a spaceport. And all the pollution buildings. And some terraforming, I guess. Good. You have finished terraforming and your pollution is at 0. Do a battle station, do a pollution processor, do a deep sea cooling installation, and that'll be good. You have stuff in queue, you have grown, and you have maxed out. What's that? That's the brute, and we need to do the pollution thing, so that's fine. Cloning center, these are not really necessary, neither is that. So yeah, you do the pollution and then you do the battleship production. You can just blow up that scout. Let the troop transport go through first. And blow up you. And we go and help the troop transport so it doesn't have to do this battle by itself. I don't know why he insisted on coming out with his destroyers. He should have stayed with his space station, I suppose, but it's a moot point. It wouldn't have made any kind of difference. Now, here's our battleship. And it's the Brute with its Mars driver system. So it's gonna come up, and the cruisers are going to be the second line. And what are these? These are Raptors. Yeah, okay. So these guys are going to keep their distance, while this boy is gonna come in closer and see if he can withstand the damage. I'm not sure he can actually. It's a thing. Okay, so all of you come up here and you can match speeds now. When I say all of you, I don't mean the troop transports though. Good. So like this. Probably gonna kill a lot of asteroids with this first salvo. Pop. it got murdered by our point defense. Wow, where are you going? It got creamed. Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Frigates. And he's had those frigates for like since our first war, more or less. So yeah, it's been a while. People outside Macklon space have had some opportunity to grow while he did not. And it's showing. So still doing fine. Cloning center completed here. I don't know about this planet. Orbital shipyard, no. It seems like this planet has been lost in time. I don't even know what to do here. More terraforming. It's 3 out of 17. How's that possible? That's funny. Okay, so let's do a lot of this stuff. Oh, I didn't mean to go out. What is it? Oh, it's it's high gravity. Right. Gotcha. Let's do the gravity generator then, and then the soil enrichment, then the robo miners. Like this, more or less. Do I want to buy it? I guess I do. It's actually a pretty good planet once it gets going. Terraforming, support facility grown, good. And you, Lura Prime, pollution. You can do an orbital shipyard. You could do well as a ship construction facility. Do a couple of wasps for me after that. That'll be good. This fleet is supposed to do a jump gates. Go. This fleet is supposed to kill the Mekla, who have a missile base, a star base, and a space factory. Let's just auto-resolve that. So, and then 9 Marines. Well, I'm just gonna send. So this is 20 Marines. So this is 16 Marines. Let's send 16 Marines. Like so.
All our base belong to you.
Ah, I see what you did there. Clever. Clever. Population is fairly close to max. Pollution is out of this world. So I suppose the first thing to do is clean up and then make sure it doesn't happen again. Toxic processor. And then let's get them to like us, I suppose. Fair enough. don't care too much about the planet, but now we don't have them in our backyard anymore, so that's nice. You were supposed to build a jump gate, I presume. This frigate was just hanging out, really, killing scouts. Let's bring it to... what's that? That's a Soros fleet right there. Let's bring it up to Samarkand, yeah. And let's actually move the fleet from Samarkand to the outposts so that we don't have that situation again where they fall asleep. So you are hanging around with your ships in my systems, and that's a little bit annoying. And now we need to have a look at the Orion Guardian, really. So I have 46,000 points here, and I have another 30 there, so that's 77. So do I have a couple of wasps on the way here? I do. One turn. Didn't I finish another wasp already? I did. It's here. Okay, so new plan for you. Go to Orion. And take your friend with you. There. And you go to Orion. Here. And you go to Orion. There. And that'll be the thing. We're going to destroy the Guardian, and we're going to settle Orion, which means that we need to build a colony ship. Easily done. You have finished a jump gate there. Good. I feel like I don't need any more jump gates. So I'm going to start and scrap these space factories again. Like so. And you already had something in queue, as do you, and 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 you. And you have maxed out on Mechlon Prime. Fine. You're just gonna clean up the pollution, and you have grown. This is a wasp, which will also go to Orion, which is very close. And I guess you wanted to build a jump gate here. That's fine. Okay. So that's it. Mechlon are done, and I guess I should have built a gas giant harvester here, but we can do that a little bit later when one of these other civilian factories get done building warp gates. And we'll go and kill the Orion Guardian. We'll settle Orion, and then we will outproduce the Borathi with battleships and crush into their empire. How are we doing on this path to victory thing? So conquest to victory, we have 107. Sorry, yes, we have 107. They have 107.5. So we are very, very equally scored in conquest victory. And I don't know if this population or its military might or colonies or production or whatever goes into this number. But we are killing them on excellence, and we are a fair bit behind in tech. So we can't get too cocky. But I'm going to take a break here, and I will be back in the next episode.